washing in a river. Can't no preacher man save my soul.
Hello. I've just realized that, oh, you gotta go nap. You're fine. I'm just, gonna play Sunless Sea. You might even be able to nap while I'm playing it, because it's not, especially thrilling. But I just realized I need to, adjust the aspect ratio of this game, because OBS finally let me change everything. Unless it's defaulted itself to full screen, which means I might not change anything. Usually it's in windowed mode, but who am I to tell a game what to do? Oh lord, load game, please. How have you been, kitten? Okay, game. It's so odd. It keeps doing that. For what I think is Bagels' auto host. Keeps playing the alert when it shouldn't, because it's set to not play the alert. It's very interesting. Let me see. Yeah, it's being. Let me fix that. Okay. Like, if it's full, it should be. Alright. Nope, that's worse. Me. Ah, budgeting. That's fun. Okay, we're gonna. Know why it's being so. Having some real issues. Here. You would think it would just figure its own damn self out. But, alas. I've been having this issue with OBS recently. And I'm a little tired of it. Yeah. Okay. I'm going to go a little bit insane. A little bit. This really exciting, everyone. I hope so. Because it shouldn't, like, this shouldn't even be an issue. Like, look at these. Ah. Why are you so tiny? Okay. Oh yeah, no, the screen captures. It's on game capture, so it shouldn't be having this issue. at all. And I just moved around to photo for some. God, that fucked something. This is very professional. I feel very professional right now. Hold on. Hold on. Ah. Okay. I think I should have fixed it. Look at that. Okay. We're good. Okay. There's a fit to screen option. Beautiful. I think I need to that there. Yeah, Ruby's just started doing that for me like the last few times I've played it, or played anything, really. It's very odd. Alright. Here we are in London. I can go see my child, but I can't do anything with it because I don't have good lodgings. So my child is being raised in a room above a pub. But that's fun. Okay. About 10 fuel. Might buy a little bit more. Where do we need to go now? Right. Need to go to Port Cecil or Port Cecil, and then there's something. Well, that's not very helpful. Information. And where's the Keelanate? Far to the east, alright. And I don't have enough wine for Vinderbright. I found Port Cecil yet this time around? I haven't. Wonderful. Okay. So we're just gonna go on a journey through the middle of the map. I don't know where any of the places we need to go are, so fun. All's at full health, fine. Fair enough. Flashlight. Let's do. I didn't mean to do that. Well, we're gonna go really fast for half a second. Oh shoot. Ah. Okay, well we're turning around since we accidentally went too fast. Good lord. Reverse. Yeah. Okay. I can pilot a ship. This is starting off very well. Okay. I don't ever remember how to repair my own ship. It's really... Okay. Great. Right, okay. Alright, we're leaving again. We'll just pretend that that never happened. How's that? And I will remember that F is for fast and not for flashlight. You have begun to dream. The vast eye. It knows you. You cannot evade its gaze. A black, unsleeping taste. Again and again you are alone on the wide black sea. The eye is aware. Your nightmare will come upon you from time to time, inspiring terror. Gain restful nights at your lodgings to help you resist it. If you defeat it, you may gain a secret. I'm good with that. Let's do it. Have a big family gathering. I mean, I'm stuck here for like 2.5 more years, but you guys are welcome to come join me. Gator's Morn. The Morn is a stalagmite vast as a crag, and its foot has no safe harbors. The Corsair's citadel nestles halfway up. An intricate system of winches takes the strain, and your ship rises slowly from the sea. Her hull creaks in protest. Grizzled sailors groan and cling to stanchions. Higher, higher. Now the Untersee shimmers like glass below. Children clambering in crevices cheer and wave alarmingly. The winch motor slows, and you hang in the cradle next to a red-boat pirate cutter. I'm not sure I could ever term myself as wholesome, but alright, we're going to explore the Morn and do nothing else here because people die when I do other things here. Let's see. What do I want to see? I guess my past is good. The years before you came to Z, days of honey and roses in Hollow Street, long walks in Tyrant's gardens with a very special friend. New vistas, you found inspiration and more. Your old companions could see you at the helm of a ship. Better pay than riding, and that's the least of it. Labyrinth of Eels? That doesn't sound good. Oh shit. Oh shit. Nope. Nope. Don't you see me. Don't do it. No seeing me. Big shark. Thank you. Okay, well, I've got a little more north than I meant to, but that's fine. Oops. What's this? Stop it. I'm going to port here, so you're not gonna get a chance. Fuck off. Ow! Dicks. Ah. For now, anyway. Godfall. Sometimes, just occasionally, bits of the roof fall off. Be glad you weren't here when this one did. Godfall. The brawling bearded men who live here call themselves monks. They pay lip service to Saint Stalactite, which fell from the roof. But their chief interests seem to be wine, blood, and shouting. The throats of the brothers are dry. They'll pay for something to moisten them. No, I need this to bring to Vinderbright. Offer them a hunting trophy of shouting. Let them tell you about past and present events in the monastery. Going for it. Tales. They're eager to talk about their history. The stalactite, they assure you, was one of the citadels of the starved men who dwell in the roof. When it fell, a few of its occupants survived to become the monks' progenitors. How does that work, you wonder, with their vow of celibacy? They become vague and are suddenly eager to speak of the details of passing shipping. Foxfire candles. Okay. Fuck. Get out of here. What are you doing? Get out of here. What is this? I don't approve of this. Usually, when I port somewhere, they wander off. I'm not giving you my mushroom wine. I do need to talk to the... Guess I could offer her a secret from my hearts. The straight trade, one of your best discoveries for one of hers. It's not hard to drive the bargain. She sits back after dinner and tells you this. Most people think that the hard part of surgery is finding what's wrong and taking it out. But any fool could do that. A ship's cook with a cleaver can have that part of the job. The hard part is cutting so you can sew it all back up again afterward. And she demonstrates on a shark fin, leaving it in a better condition than it started. Look, just go away. God. Alright, get stuck there. Okay. Goodbye. Good lord. Everybody's out and about today, huh? Can go down from here. Polythyrium here is screaming. Taciturn Clayman. Evasive clothes colonies, walking like humans. Cobbles that groan underfoot. On the hills above, a palace villa of marble, but even that writhes like buried bones in an earthquake. What news from Polythyrene? Drink beer that wails from cups that sob, if you like that sort of thing. Can carry a Clayman to London. I'll do it. Okay, well first, I'm going to get news. What lives? The king with 100 hearts rules from his palace above the city. He's never seen, he makes no treaties with other lands, but there's unrest in the air. The Claymen you speak to are obedient and humble, but they speak nervously of those who are not. The maimed, the rebellious, the unfinished. Alright, you ready to go to London? Each one lies down in its appointed position next to the other, nestled snugly head by foot. We are for London, one explains to you. You now have 6 Claymen, marked for London. Dashing. Piggy and Ivory. My. Can only sell things, eh? Except for that. Oh. Back to London. Anything? Moving along. Oh, don't you look at me. Not here. Bigmoat Isle. 2 houses, both alike in dignity, on a lonely desert beach. There is no habitation in sight, no market, only an old rotting dock. A stretch of sand thickens into damp black earth, from which sprout stunted palms? Not quite. tall fungal growths with frond-like caps, as if someone had sculpted the idea of a tree from a mushroom. See what awaits you. Unlocked when Pigment Isle progress of a nation. War. As you step onto the quay, you hear clamor, shouts, and shooting. You can see, off in the distance, smoke rising from beyond the hill, and dots of fire flecking the horizon. 2 tiny figures stand a little further down the quay, unmoving, as if awaiting your approach. The following is an extract from the popular diary of a sea captain from London to Irem and what we did there before we arrived, washed ashore on Mutton Island, and subsequently serialized in the unexpurgated Gazette. The author's identity remains unknown. The tale of Pigmote Isle, in which a delegation is made, a choice is presented, war is declared, a most singular treasure is sought by all, and a new empire is founded with tooth and claw. Chapter 1. The Delegation. Figures were rodents. To my left was a Rattus Faber wearing goggles, a blacksmith's apron, and an assortment of tools. To my right, an unusually large guinea pig, wearing a helmet and breastplate reminiscent of nothing so much as the High Middle Ages. The rat stepped forward first and bowed. "Welcome, Captain, to Ratstar Island. I am Edgar, second chief engineer of the 3rd Rat Brigade. I invite you to avail yourself of food and fuel at our expense. The only cost to you is a choice." The rat stepped back. At precisely the same moment, with what appeared to be the ease of long habit, the guinea pig scuttled forward and made a declamatory chirp. "Welcome, Captain, to the Isle of Cavia. I am Lady Augusta Devereux Swinch of the Blackwater Swinches, seneschal to our King Gracegnaw, first of his name. I invite you to avail yourself of food and fuel at our expense. The only cost to you is a choice." The 2 stood at attention, looking at me expectantly. Oh my. I spoke to the chief engineer. His eyes had a wave-cold glint to them, and he wore his scars like jewels. Or I spoke to the seneschal. How did an armored guinea pig manage to look regal? Guinea pigs, definitely. A knight out of habit, the seneschal cleared her throat with a delicacy to rival the Duchess's own before speaking. "Gracegnaw the king, our lord and sovereign, full 7 months had sojourned on the sea, conquered this land and won the southern main. Now no fortress against him shall remain. No city walls be left for him to gain, save the rats that squeak behind the mountain. Unlikely was the lamb of our deliverance, assured shall be our glories on their fall, when our lady's eye restored be to our hull." The seneschal composed herself, then added, "We saw truth and beauty by the light of our lady's eye on Mount Caveat. The rats, with their guns and their chatter and their peasants' politics, stole it from us. We will subjugate them and take it back. They are a rabble, and we will rule them with the steel-shod velvet of our palls. Will you join us?" Spoke to the chief engineer. A rat in the making. I asked the chief engineer to elaborate. He looked at me for a long, measured moment before speaking gruffly. "We came to this island to make a home for ourselves away from London, its cats and snuffers, its rat-skin suits. We came to live as citizens of our own republic. We came with our tools, our teeth, our clever hands, and we made a beautiful city by the light of the rat star that shone bright and blue on Mount Ararat." The chief engineer nodded towards the distant hill. "One day we braved the depths of the chicken woods, and from the top of Mount Ararat we plucked the rat star to be our light, our beacon. But the pigs of Cavie saw the light, and they lusted for it. They sent armies to rule us and steal our star. We will not permit them to take what is ours. We will resist to our last breath. Will you join us in defeating them?" Oh my. I was ready to make my choice. I sided with the chief engineer. He seemed grumpy but honest. Also, I knew all too well what rat-made weapons can do. I favored the seneschal. Was it her charm or a fondness for London's rat-skinned coats that swayed me? Perhaps a little of both. At any rate, I was keen to find out more about their civilization, or I attempted to broker peace. Surely their commonalities were more numerous than their differences. Perhaps I could help them get along. Ha! Chief engineer. A friend to rats. I extended a finger to the chief engineer, who shook it grimly. The seneschal hissed and chattered her teeth in disgust, but kept her distance. "You've made the right choice," said the chief engineer. "Let me show you around." A rat in the making. Wonderful. Wonderful. The chief engineer led me to the northern side of the island, skirting the chicken woods. We passed through a number of what can only be termed checkpoints as fierce-eyed rats shouldered their derringers and saluted the chief engineer. Soon we came upon a small colony, smaller than some of the infestations I had countered in London flats, perhaps only 50 Rattus Faber altogether, working diligently to fortify their side of the island. The first thing I noticed was a brilliant light, beaming out from a stump of chickenwood about 6 feet high. It bathed the whole settlement in a clean blue glow, and was almost too bright to look at. By its light I could see several raised mounds of earth, suggesting shallow tunnels. An efficient fishing operation was set up by the water, an albino rat mending nets, while others stabbed sharpened sticks into the waves. Further inland was a barracks where a sergeant barked drills at a small squadron of fighters. My arrival drew attention, and several rats paused in their work to look at me curiously. "Welcome to Marinia," said the chief engineer, a voice warm with pride. "It's not much to look at now, but it will be once we've rousted the cavies. Take a stroll around while I summon the war council." With that, he vanished into one of the mounds and left me to explore. I visited the rats' barracks. The drill sergeant appeared to be sizing me up. Were the few rats around her really all she had to launch an attack? We were fighting impressive odds. I approached the drill sergeant and went so far as to salute her, which earned me a grunt of satisfaction. The sergeant dismissed her troops and offered me a bit of chickenwood jerky to gnaw on. "There's more of us below ground," she explained, "but not enough. The cavies are bigger and there's more of them. We're better with weapons, but we haven't got the stuff to make 'em with. Most of us came here as stowaways and brought nothing but food, tools, and the fur on our backs. We can't fish, and we nibble the chickenwoods, but we can't make guns out of trees. The cavies came with their own steamer and seem to have endless supplies. We raid 'em sometimes, but there's so few of us, and we can never hold on to territory gained for long. But that's of no consequence. All we want is to be left in peace to build our republic. And the Rat Star," she added thoughtfully after a moment. "Of course, we want that too." The chief engineer led me to the northern side of the island, skirting the chickenwoods. We passed through a number of what can only be termed checkpoints. Yes. Okay. We've done that. A closer look at the Rat Star. An excitable-looking rat was peering at it through smoky goggles, twitching her whiskers and making notes on what appeared to be real paper. Blue as a sapphire, but endlessly more brilliant. "It's not a star, of course, not really, but try explaining that to the others. The chief engineer doesn't want me working too hard to convince them, says this is better for morale, but just look at it, look." She offered me goggles. I managed to work them over just enough of one of my eyes to see the truth of what she was studying. It was a scintillac. But unlike any I'd seen before, blue as a sapphire, but more brilliant. Something about the clarity of its color was tremendously soothing. The chief science officer twittered with pleasure as I handed her goggles back. "Those of us who have been to the Cavi side of the island and live to tell of it say that there's plenty of glow there, plenty of bright and all the water all around, but nothing like this. We took this from the island center, Mount Ararat. Only it's not a mountain, of course, any more than this is a star. It's hollow. There's sweet water inside, and coral crawling up all the walls of it, but nothing that glows save this. It's ours now, and no one can take it from us." I headed down to the beach. Who ever heard of a rat mending a net? The green billows played. An albino rat smiled up at me from his mending work, looking dainty and a little shy. Chickenwood floats, especially when it's dried out and sealed, so we're able to paddle out a bit and cast our nets. We come up with all sorts of things, blind fish, crab, sometimes a chunk of broken tentacle. But the fishing would never be so good without the Rat Star, he beamed. I think it only draws good fish and keeps the scary ones at bay. I know the chief science officer doesn't believe it, but I do. That light is our livelihood. I finished my exploration. The bells of the War Council rang. I was summoned. The chief engineer emerged from underground with a motley assortment of other rats. He introduced them as weapons experts, strategists, and field commanders. "So, you're going to help us beat the Cavies," he said, a hard edge to his voice. "But how, exactly?" I had nothing to offer but my advice. The king took it in desperation, if not gratitude. I offered my strategic assistance. Or I determined to take the lead. I had a ship, I had cannons. We would steer to the southern side of the island and have at those uppity animals. 2% chance. The bitterest of defeats. My. I gave clear orders. My navigation was impeccable, but it seems the cavies got wind of our attentions quickly enough that they were able to man the guns of their grounded pinnace and gave us a bracing dollop of what for. Their ship was already sunk, and its crew provided only tiny targets. It was an impossible battle. The shame of being defeated at sea by a brace of guinea boars was bad enough. Worse, however, was the several members of the crew who complained that the triumphant weaking of the cavies now haunts their dreams. Okay, we're gonna try that again. Ow! Okay, one more time. Okay. A palpable hit. The rats gave me what information they possessed about the cavies' settlement, but I still had to improvise a great deal on the spot. Perfect storm of speed, stealth, and strength, and arms favored us, our cannons letting fly a volley of shot onto the beach before the cavies could scramble onto their grounded ship to man its guns. Screams and squeals filled the air. The enemy fled. A damp hush settled over my crew as the smoke cleared to reveal the torn, bloodied bodies of guinea pigs littering the shore. A grim business, but I had honored my commitment to the rats and found a wealth of scintillac raking the beach to harvest as spoils. My. I'll intercede on behalf of the cavies. I appeal to the chief engineer's moral fortitude and sense of fair play. Perhaps the cavies suffered the loss of the light from the center of the island. Perhaps they were only trying to get it back, not steal it from the rats. The chief engineer looked troubled at the thought. We only wanted to be left alone, he said. He looked towards the seneschal, haphazardly bandaged among the rats' other prisoners. Perhaps further negotiation is possible. As I left, I saw the albino rat timidly offering a young cavy prisoner a piece of fresh fish. Sure. The chief engineer couldn't leave his colony, but he relayed my request to his people. The albino rat I saw mending his nets shyly stepped forward. I'm good at fixing things, he said earnestly, and I'd like to see more of the world. I waited for him to gather up some effects and say goodbye to his family before accompanying him on board. Wide dark sea beckoned. We'd eaten our fill and our business was concluded. It was time to continue our voyage and see what other wonders and terrors awaited us. All of us must eat. Well, for now, a new nation has been founded. There, you finish your diary entry with the final dregs of the rats' surprisingly good wine. They line up to salute you as you leave the victory banquet, escorting you to your ship through the foundations of their new republic. Okay, back to London, as we were going. With our incredibly high terror. The jellyfleur. Is it a young jellyfish? Jellyfish, excuse me. A lesser subspecies. Do the dreams of jellyfish become real? In any case, now it's a sad slick of goo dissolving into the sea. think I'm good on. Let's see. Ah, Z story. Going to inquire about their dreams. Oh, I failed. The whole Neath lit up like a snuffer mask. There's something in the roof, Captain. It is the roof. It's watching us. Eyes and a face. Eyes and a face. You have him subdued. No discipline this time, but you require your first officer to keep an eye on him. Hello, London. Girl, flee the nightmare right next to home. I succeeded. I've got nothing to hide, so go ahead and inspect me. They leave scuff marks on the newly scrubbed decks and take great pleasure in tangling the rigging. They find nothing more dangerous than a moldy ship's biscuit. As soon as the gangplank touches the quayside, the terrors of the deep sea lighten. Walk taller, smile more readily, but what dreams may cling? Terrors reduced to 50. Collect messages from the harbor master. Let's see. All these things. Let's talk to the admiral. Give our reports. Godfall with pirate monks. That. Yes, there is an island of rats. I feel like I should have gotten more money for that one. Polythyrene, 50. Fine. Do I have an appointment? I don't know. I don't need fuel. Let's see. Right. Port Cecil. Ah, the claymen, yes. For one by one, they rise uncomplainingly, with no trace of stiffness or discomfort from the long voyage. The deck resounds beneath their heavy tread. The shroom yard manager waits on dock, tapping her foot. About time, she says. Here's your payment. Come along now, you. There's a good construct. Things are happening. And my event list isn't loading. Oh, thanks for the host, Toxic. How you doing? Yeah, I wanted to find. I was looking for an alert sound, and I was just scrolling through like random free sound clips, and I came across that, and I couldn't understand why anyone would ever want that, which meant I had to have it, and so that is thus the sound. And I'm doing alright. I'm happy it's Friday, even though I'm probably going to be doing work most of the weekend anyway, but at least I don't have to go to class, right? Oh. A new recruit. Who awaits my attention? What do I still need? A cook. Got a first officer. Got an engineer. There you go. Okay. Gauge one more Zaylor. Thank you. Okay. Let's see. Do I have anything else to do here? I do need to repair my ship. Right. That. And I need more food. Why is food so fucking expensive? Ugh. Never gonna save for any lodging. That's right. See. I need to go to the Killinate, wherever the hell it is. And I need more wine to bring to Vinderbright. I want 7 pieces of Scintillac. Well, I know where I can steal that eventually, but... Bigmoat Isle, where the rats now had me slaughter the guinea pigs for them. You missed that. The guinea pig slaughtering. I know you're probably very disappointed, but there was an entire journal entry about it. A little choose-your-own adventure. See? So, I need to go to Port Cecil, and I need to go to the Killinate. And that's all I know, but unfortunately, I don't know where this is. No, it's set in fallen London, so a London beneath regular London. If you've ever heard of the browser game Fallen London, it's based in that universe. Oh yeah, we're in the Neath. Not on the surface. There's like a big cavern. It's kind of like, an underground, a really, really big underground lake. Near here we have something called the Lost Sea. And it's like the second biggest underground lake. Natural underground lake in the world, or whatever. And this is kind of like that. It's just in a big cave. I always like imagine this is like when I went on field trips as a child. Shit, I did it again. I keep pressing F to turn off the flashlight and instead make my fuel burn for no reason. It's fun. You know, to be honest, I should probably pick up some more fuel if I'm gonna have to go, like, full-on exploring. Turn around! Back to London. At least nothing exploded this time like it did last time I did that. Okay. Ugh. Ugh. Hitting L for light and not F for flashlight. Fine. Everything's fine. The time I had the most success and actually managed to get nice lodgings and like a will so that I could leave money and knowledge to my successor, was I managed to find this place I can't even remember, but I was basically running like an illegal ship delivery trade for a while, and you can only do it like 10 times, but I made enough money, which is like 1,000 old coins, or whatever they call it in here. Buy a nice apartment. I feel like I need to go all the way over here for one of those things. I feel like, if I remember correctly, Port Cecil is like in one of these two commons. So like every time, that's weird. Every time you reload or you die, the map changes. So some things are where they always are, but others really strange. I haven't dropped connection, have I? Because Discord just dropped connection. But Discord's been on the fritz lately. Huh. Yeah, Discord's been weird for a few days, to be honest. Did, adding, the mobile video? Oh, an intriguing smell. Who'll try? Who'll buy? A street vendor turns skewers on a grill. The mixed scents are nothing like anything sold in London. I could try the grilled troglodyte prawns. Huge and pale, their eyes stare bleakly into yours, but they smell fresh. I could ask if they have anything more robust, except that I can't, because I'm not unaccountably peckish, apparently. Hi, Alicia! You know, I feel like people die whenever I do something unexpected at Gators Morn, so I'm just gonna try the troglodyte prawns. Hey, nobody died. Amazing. Tangy and toothsome. I walk on, cheerfully chewing. Yeah, see, I'm not... Okay, that's still the same. I'm not going to the Errant Lippin, because... Seriously, somebody dies every time I do anything. Gators Morn. We're just going on. I want to visit the Isle of Cats again. They're pirates. They're not cats. I know that's disappointing. I was a little disappointed, to be honest. But it's still called the Isle of Cats, so. So I travel around with my light off because I have, like, basically the starter ship with shitty weapons and it doesn't go very fast. So, like, see, like, this giant crab thing? It's less likely to see me with my light off. What's that? Oh, it's a gym. I can fight that. what? You should be dead already. Oh god. But see, I can barely fight, like, the tiny one. So, I try to avoid the big ones and the ships for now. Okay. I'm gonna eat this one because I'm going on a long journey and I'm not headed back for a bit. Is that a place? But I've been to Pigmoat Isle. Why are you informing me of it? Excuse me. I watched like the first 3/4 of the first episode and then started streaming. I have a lot of trouble like liking that actor because to me he's like always like the asshole from the first season of Walking Dead. Oh lord. I want to help Marinia resolve a dilemma. This is the island where I helped all the rats kill a bunch of guinea pigs and such. Guess I should compile a port report. Captain Whiskers, the Admiralty calls you. So you've heard. At least they pay to laugh at your reports. Alright. I'll help you resolve a dilemma. A dilemma? How will you advise Pigmoat Isle? The lights of London call to our people, hairless advisor. They seek the warmth of its lamps, the abundance of food, the aidlings in. Already, the traders repurpose the impossible lambs hull into rafts and boats for their shameful and terrible exodus. We cannot survive if our own people desert us. What should we do? An opportunity beckons. Yep, thanks. Have fun watching. Punisher. Toxic. See you later. An opportunity beckons. If they're desperate to leave, they will pay for passage. Suggest appealing to their patriotism. Remind them why they came here, and what they can still become. Or recommend a display of force. Have them escorted back to town at sword point. Well, obviously, that's gonna work. Okay. Order is restored. I am a tough hand, obviously. The traitors surrender. Their leaders are punished harshly as a lesson to the others. The rest are returned to work, yoked to their tools until they can be trusted again. I've gained 2. I've resolved a dilemma, for better or worse. 50 fragments. I'm unimposing. I am definitely imposing. Excuse me. Oh, I'm no longer optimistic, only content. So I guess I have to make sure I do happy things sometimes. I'm not trying to steal this yet, because of reasons. Mostly because it wouldn't work yet. Not because of any goodness of my heart. January 7th, 1889. We hear those voices that will not be drowned. This is the sea of voices. We are close to Polythyrene, where nothing is truly dead. Principles of coral, corpse rainbow glow from beneath the waves, echoes, all stars above. Seriously, is there nothing in here? Surely there must be something. Oh god, that frightened me for some reason. God. Port Cecil, I need to go there. Oh god. Don't see me. Sea creature. Where am I going? Okay. Port Cecil! Hooray! A sourceless silver glow, a haven for players of games. Port Cecil. Rumpled convolutions of coral fill the water, glimmering with silvery light. The harder you look, the more you see shapes amid the chaos, almost as if they were sculpted. This one could be a crenellated castle. That one, a horse's head. A neat little port huddles into the side of a coral island, prosaic imperial docks and houses tucked away in a baroque organic chaos. In that curious silvery light, among the frozen chaos of coral, the scene has the unreal air of a pencil sketch, crumpled and discarded. Okay. Let's see. Alright. I can assist the Nomic Gallivant in his revolutionary scheme. There is a door carved in the crenellated castle. The Gallivant holds a gaily wrapped package in his arms. A long string trails out of it. This is it, Captain. Steel yourself, and get the door for me, please. Or I may refuse to assist the Nomic Gallivant. Maybe you're not as keen to clear the board as he is. I can play some chess. Chess is popular in the Principles. The port is full of exiles, drunks, and washed-up Z-traders. They all play, often obsessively. Be careful. Chess pieces are carved from Scintillac, here in the Principles. That can be very dangerous. I can explore the coral knoll around Port Cecil. Sea laps dark around silvery coral. Pumps and columns rise from the coral, a bewildering maze. Go carefully. What happens here? I do need to gather an intelligence report. I could do... Okay, that's fine. Don't want to do that yet because we'll all die. Because I don't have enough mirrors. Even though I need the Scintillac for someone, I don't even remember. But I will gather intelligence first. Chess stream, silver light. The older inhabitants of Port Cecil carry coral excretations like a disease, splotched with silvery light. They like to go up into the limestone heights behind the harbor, to lay their heads against the pillars and towers, stare at the roof of the Neath, dream open-eyed. Sometimes they speak of things far away, the Khanate's work, the Smuggler Wars, the Fathom King's secrets. Perhaps it's not all invented. Okay. Well, I'm definitely gonna assist the Nomic Gallivant. We've come this far together, haven't we? Haven't we? The right person, place, and time. Beyond the door is a long hall of chess tables. A dark man from the presbyteriate sits alone in the center of the room, playing against himself. The Gallivant pulls the package of strings. 1,000 years is more than enough, don't you think? He tosses it into the room before slamming the door. An explosion knocks it from its hinges, crashing between you both. You peek into the room. The man is dead as any of the pieces. The immortal man is dead. I now have vital intelligence. Your information from the Cumean Canal quality is gone. And, okay. The Nomic Gallivant dusts off his suit. So ends 1,000 years. I've only one last appointment, Captain, in King Eater's castle. Time is a cage, and I'm anxious to get there as swiftly as you'll allow. I will agree to deliver him, because, as I said, we've come this far together, haven't we? Wonderful. The Nomic Gallivant embraces you like a comrade. Absolutely delightful. You have helped my mastership in a happier history for us all. I'll be sure to tell him of your assistance when we reach the castle. Well, I don't know where that is, so haha. Okay. I'm going to play chess. Because apparently I'm good at it. Odd thoughts bubble up each time you touch a chess piece. This one longs for home. That one has a secret desire for revenge against the slayer of its rank mate. This will be a queen one day. Those would do better as metal. You'll taste metal. You ignore these thoughts and move methodically to a victory over your opponent. He blinks. Checkmate? He asks helplessly. Win enough games and something else will occur. Amazing. Okay. 100% chance of success? Same. What, can I just do this? Okay, 85% chance. We'll try it. One more game. You don't know how long you've been playing. You want a match? Another. The rough coral tips of your chess pieces are smeared with blood. Yours, your opponent's. You've begun to realize that your moves recapitulate the movements of powers underneath. The flukes and their shapelings, the bazaar that lurks in London, Mount Nomad that prowls the sea, salt, stone, storm. With every move you take, the shape of it becomes clear in your mind. Proper. Checkmate, you say. One more game? Your first officer is tugging at your arm. Ignore them. You have chess to play. Okay, developments. Okay. I don't know what to do. 26% chance. Okay, we're going to explore the coral knoll for now. Sea laps dark around silvery coral. Humps and columns rise from the coral, a bewildering maze. Go carefully. Captain, I'm a good seaman. I'm yours if you'll have me. Will you have me? I'm hungry. I'll work hard. He seems likely enough, if a little ragged and sorrowful. I've got crew. I have a full complement. And no space. And definitely not enough money. I'm very sorry. A shrug. Aye, I knowed afore I asked, but I hoped yet. Well then, Captain, take my blessing. You'll remember me for another time, when you have a berth spare for a good sailor what knows his way. He's laying it on a bit thick with all the Z's, but perhaps next time you assure him. Perhaps. Do I do it? Do I do it? Anybody? Let's see who dies. Oh my god, I fucking won. Alright. A discipline, success. Odd thoughts bubble up each time you touch a chess piece. This one longs for home. Okay. Gambit's answered. Wow, that's a lot of fragment. Okay, we're going to leave for now. Now, what do I do? I've gone to Port Cecil. I need to find dude's thing, so I need to go to the Fathom King's Hold, and I need to go to the Keelanate. I don't have enough wine for Vinderbright. I know I need Scintillac. We'll do that at some point. Just remember Scintillac, Port Cecil, and King Eater's Castle. A lot of these things are a little frustrating because they will be on an island of a different name than, like let's say King Eater's Castle will be on some island, and so one does it. But let us go to the Isle of Cats, shall we? Oh shit. I'm not here, shark. Find me. Nobody's here, shark. Just go into the Isle of Cats. Don't have anything to do with you. Visage. Need a port report. Thanks. Okay, once you set foot on Visage, may be here for a little while. Well, let's see. All those who must enter must play their parts. Ah, yes, this is the mask. One may not wander Visage at will. I must put on a mask. Frog is for visitors. Come to observe local ways and make uncouth comments about them. The Loke is for those who seek a profit. And, Bat always dies. I'm very curious, but I'm going for the frog mask. Moonmoth lifts the mask and places it over your head. The eye holes are large and they are fitted with spectacles. These improve your view of the environment, though you must look bulb-eyed from the outside. There's also a mechanism attached to the mouthpiece which magnifies any sound you make, even your breathing. You start to think Moonmoth when it comes out as a booming croak. You may profit from your visit in knowledge, says Moonmoth. Its wings fold neatly over its back. Let us visit the Flood Court. The Flood Court is a long stone room with 2 ranks of columns on each side. Currently the court is ankle-deep in water. The water stains on the stone show that the flood water has often reached higher, sometimes up to the height of your waist. In a raised niche at the far end of the room sits the statue of a man with the head of a ram. He holds a jar from which water flows out onto the floor. Ask about the purpose of this room. Depth per day. From a corner, Moonmoth picks up a graduated stick. He shows you how a person standing at the end of the room may dip the stick into the water and use it to measure the water level at a pre-selected point. How the measurements are compared with the measurements written on a calendar. The water level does not match the calendrical position, and assembly of pipes and drains is used to adjust it. It used to be, said the moth, that the water rose and fell of its own accord, and the people before wrote down what height it reached. Now the water is still, but thanks to their actions, we can replicate the rise and fall so as still to be pleasing to the god of flood. It completes this explanation with a half-body bow toward the statue of the ram deity. Show oafish enthusiasm for this wonderful indoor pool. Right. Croak. You exclaim at how much you admire this room and its excellent pool. Your words are, as always, amplified into a croak. Other masks turn towards you, crocodile, lotus blossom, crescent moon, but no one speaks. You have garnered a suitable degree of disdain. Moonmoth quietly applauds your performance of froghood. It's been making subtle overtures for some time, Moonmoth has. You only now understand them. It's keen to go. It has drawn you aside into a closet in the customs house. Had enough of Visage, it tells you frankly. Here, you take my mask and pretend to be me, and I'll trade in the visitor mask and get on some departing ship. Get my life back. Its face. No, now you see her face. It's aging but unlined. A lifetime of never needing to use a facial expression. Alright. Visit the house of the chief geometer. Visit the temple of Apis. Or visit the slide of the face. The stone cheek of the flourishing of the years is visited as a pilgrimage by the inhabitants of Visage, and if you are in good favor, you too may go. You must, of course, wait until your work with this day's crop of frogs and locusts is complete. It would not be suitable to bring them along. Up on the hillside, the buildings become scarcer and then vanish entirely, leaving you looking at the bottom of a great chin. Pushing a visiting bat off the stone chin, the visitor is wearing all black and keeps reaching up to scratch under its bat mask. Deface the stone with new markings. This will get you kicked off the island in all likelihood. Silently observe the attitude of the visiting lion. It is paying obeisance to the face. Offer instruction to the frog that it's found its way up here. That's the sort of thing your moth would have done to you. I'll try it. Attended by some awkwardness, you tell the frog a partially true story about how this face was carved. It replies with questions, detailed as to its scholarly questions about who the original people were who inhabited the island and whether the present citizens are their descendants, and if not, where the original inhabitants might have gone. It doesn't learn the role of stupid credulity at all. Caught off guard like this, you have a hard time answering its questions smoothly. You part with irritation on both sides. This is the house of the chief geometer. Lines in wet ground. Each morning, the man in the cobra mask draws lines in the mud flat with a pointed steel rod. This apportions to each inhabitant a small trapezoidal area from which to harvest mushrooms and to scrape salt. No plot is ever preserved from one day to the next. This man is the chief geometer, the keeper of directions, master of land measures and sea measures. Bring a necklace of peace beads. If they do not suit him, they may suit a wife of his. If they don't suit her, he can use them for an offering. Bring a new poem concerning snakes copied on a new scroll. Bring a comb of bone. Bring fresh candles. I can't do that. Bring 2 honey cakes. I like the poem of snakes. He appears to be pleased by this gift, but it takes him aback as well. Several times he remarks that this sort of merchandise is something he would expect to be brought to the island by a bat. It requires a great deal of chittering and wing-folding to persuade him of your moth nature. Okay. The Temple of Appease. The center of the temple is a black bull with a white diamond on its face. It is tied in place with heavy ropes, and it is wounded in the thigh. From this wound, it bleeds copiously without dying. I will make it a token offering. The tokens are small, not very valuable, and suits your lower rank in the community. The priests arrange them on a table with other small items. As you go out, you pass by the more impressive gifts. Drafting tools from the chief geometer, scales from Jackal, a heap of foreign coin brought home by Crocodile. Enter the hollow of the ear. It is a place of still greater pageantry. This is a journey of several steps, and may conclude your current visit. A proud nose. Hi, Johto. It's a festival day. The great stone face has been illuminated from forehead to chin with blazing torches, so that the profile is visible from the side more clearly than you have ever seen it. Flourishing of years is awake, says the genderless figure in the crocodile mask. Well, in line with the others, I cannot secretly bring a flare because I don't have one. Strip off your mask and prepare to depart. I'm not doing that. Among your own. You go as though you were truly one of them. You carry nothing with you but your mask and your costume. May your heart be light as a feather, says the woman in the lotus blossom mask, as you fall into line behind her. The road you follow leads up through switchbacks along the side of the face, and finally to the ear of Flourishing of Years, and into the cave that is her ear. The tunnel bends back on itself, and all lights have now been extinguished. There is nothing to guide you but the hand of the person behind you on your back, and the movement of the person in front of you. The one who walks beside you wears a bat mask. Fortunately, the floor of the tunnel is very smooth and presents no stumbling blocks. Sound carries strangely in this place, however. Sometimes you cannot hear your own footsteps, and sometimes a breath comes back to you audible from some place ahead in line. Try to run. You do not really know what this festival is or what it means. Continue. There is a secret in the dark. The footsteps of the people are steady and synchronized, and you go together. For how many years has this been done, and for how many will it be done in the future? Watch your step here, says Batmask to you in an undervoice. Its accent is the accent of Wolfstack ducks. Floor is about to get squishier. Sure enough, it does. At last the tunnel opens out. You and all the other congregants spread out in a cavernous space. A voice speaks in the darkness, a ritual preparation. Here at the new year, we gather under the one mask of Flourishing of Years. Her face is turned to the gods. Protected by her mask, we may remove our own. Protected by her script, we may speak outside our parts. Here and there is a sound of people fumbling with ties and strings. Your own face feels different, with the mask off. Wait, listen, there are things here to learn, perhaps to your advantage. Fight the urge to giggle. What curious practices they have here. Or see if the confidence of a stranger is holy. Those who come as spectators may remain as participants. Truth. In the deep shadow you hear things that you will never repeat. They're not the most dreadful of secrets or the most evil things you know, but they are entrusted to you as confessions. You needn't guard your face while you listen because no one can see you. You needn't scheme about how to use the information because you do not know whose secret this is. It has no use to you except as a token of connection. Let the ceremony end according to the proper rites. At the end of the hour there comes a woman with a feather of shimmering silver which she tucks into your hand, a symbol of the innocent heart that will not be eaten by the jackal. Then a bell rings, and the time of speech is over. You all begin to put your masks back on. It is possible, you cannot know for sure, that in this cover someone has exchanged a mask with someone else. It is an orderly and perfect line that emerges again from the ear of Flourishing of Years. If anyone watches from above, they must surely be satisfied. Ooh, captivating treasure. Well, only I'd made a will so far, but I haven't. I've got to go. Colbert. When the citizens are distracted, you find your way to the familiar customs house and rid yourself of the mask and robe. There is satisfaction in laying aside a role well performed. Cool beans. Okay, and now to the Isle of Cats. This is where I was going in the first place. Don't you see me, boat? Stay over there. Where's your port, Isle of Cats? I don't remember. I do need a report. I spent half a day observing the docks and noted an astonishing number and a variety of ships. Yes, yes. Where do I want to go? Let's go to the Honeyed Tongue. It is both brothel and honey den, run by someone the Catties refer to as the King's Claw. For to Z, Captain. Might as well. They're all tending the gardens now, she wails, and begins to weep again. My poor crew. You wait for the hitch and the sobs and inquire further. It is a slow, delicate business drawing answers out of her, but you are nothing if not perseverant. It seems her crew was conscripted by the Lady of the Gardens and that their duties are something far worse than horticulture. You leave her reciting the names of her lost sailors and commending them to Salt's mercy. Meeting with the abbess. Ah, I can finally go to Venderbright with the mushroom wine. Excellent. All right. Okay, we're heading back to London, and then we're dropping off the wine. If we survive the journey back, this is, which is never a guarantee. Don't see me. Don't see me. Shit. No. No. No, I'm not here. You're not here. No. No. Oh, God. Run away! Okay. I have no idea who was yelling outside. My word. Wait, what is this? Have I been here? Oh. My, a discreet opportunity has arisen to spend time with your favorite officer. This will noticeably reduce your terror unless it's already low. If you have a sweetheart back home, you may want to think twice. Well, I definitely have a tryst with the clattery air, excuse me. In the surgery, I don't expect any new patients this evening. Instructive. She's made up the operating table with a couple of towels, one spread over the surface and the other folded into a pillow. I like to give instructions, she says, settling herself on the surface. It's not a reflection on your skills. The bowl over there is for you to soak your hands. The water is icy. I like a cold touch, but don't go numb. When you're ready. Do-do-do. Whoa. Oh, the Fathom King's Hold. I always find places when I don't expect to. Hooray, there's something I need to do here. But what? I have to remember. Oh, you agreed to find a cure for the Juryman's leg at the Fathom King's Hold. It's being... No, wait, that's not what I wanted to do. Odd, okay. Fire Laporte! Those granted audience returned, dazed, awestruck. The king is not generous, but occasionally he is fair. Okay, we're going to find the Cheerman's former agent first. Find him splashing in the shallows with other drownies. He's gone native, his skin is pale, his eyes are dead, his songs are beautiful. I serve a proper king now, the recent drowny crows. King of the Sea, not of some ratty spite pub. And I am not afraid of his bruiser neither. Already dead, ain't I? Sank to the bottom and swam back up. There's nothing he can do to me. He leans close, his breath smells of brine. But let me share what I learned on the way. What's lost is lost. Fathom King won't heal this juryman's leg. Even if he would, his cheeriness wouldn't want to pay the price. Telling him to stop dreaming. Return to London to deliver the bad news. The Fathom King is the lord of the drownies, those dead who won't stop swimming. By some accounts, he's the lord of all who die at sea. Bring him a story to tickle his curiosity. Speaking to the porter has the skin of a shark. She has drowned women's eyes. It is not permitted to look at her hands. Yes, she rasps. That story is sufficient. She opens the valves of pearl and permits you to pass into the conduit. Oh my. Perhaps it's someone you know. Perhaps you're feeling philanthropic. Perhaps you're simply desperate for crew. I've come to plead. Save his life, no thank you. Witness an execution. 2 silent guards in thorned exoskeletons drag a babbling drowny forwards. No, she shrieks. I am no friend of spiders. I have never purchased silk. It was a gift, your complexity. I have always been loyal. Ask a boon of the king. You have brought the king a story gift. You may ask for a gift in return. It's impossible to know what you'll receive. Well, that seems risky. Oh, 5 supplies. Rosy flesh, the king intones. One from the water. Tasted in good health. He waves a gracious hand while his waters thresh. The audience is over as you return. Crab slaves carry ice boxes filled with sweet fresh meat, pink as dawn. 5 supplies. See what happens on shore leave. Wow. An amethyst dream. Captain, I think I might have slept. I know it was foolish, but my soul is soothed. I dreamt of another place beneath a sky of amethyst. My skin was crusted with jewels. My claws were strong. Captain, if we pass this way again, I would ask leave to visit the hold again. Alright. Let's just go. Well, let's just wait for a moment. Ship's doing that. I'm totally not here. Nothing's here. Don't mind me. Nobody's here. Notice me. I'm not here. I'm not here. Good. And now you don't see me. Hell, out of the frying pan into the fire and all that. London we go. Hopefully. Shit. Okay. Why are you following me? Stay over there. Might as well grab a report while I'm here. Good lord, that ship is just following. By the gate. Sure. No way in. I return with a certain delivery. Right. Let's try. Nope. No other visitors. I don't remember what I have. I feel like I've done that before. Not here. Oh, good lord. Shepherd Isles. Hey, Pan. How you doing? Of course, the bearded watchman tells you there are no actual shepherds on the Shepherd Isles. Sheep are mostly illegal here. No, indeed, it's just the name of the gentleman that found the isles. Greybeard, sitting in the village square, nods solemnly. No sheep, one says, but plenty of tails. Ask us anything. Hello. Let's see. Picnic at the Standing Stones. The bearded villagers will sell you mutton stew and kefir, and stone bottles of fresh cold spring water, and row you over the stones. That doesn't sound incredibly pleasant. Tales of the Standing Stones. Thanks. Tales of the Three Graves. Tales of Thornwell Croft. Good lord, that's a lot of supplies. I do need a port report. I don't need a navigator. And I don't have any hunting trophies, unfortunately. Port report. Yes, my ass. There's been goings on. In the bleak light of the false stars. Surface rolling like a porridge pot, up with roar of steam and flash of fire, 3 windows swimming, tentacles, and then we saw His Highness. There is rather a lot of this material. Alright, Standing Stones, Graves, or Croft. Graves. Up from the seabed. You know the drownies? The sailors that won't rest? Well, they rest here. I've seen them come up out of the water all white and dripping and dig themselves into the ground. They take turns. I think they miss the feel of the earth. It's fun. I'm sorry, Navigator, I don't need you. Going to make it back to Fallen in London, one way or the other. Oh. Oh. Angry ships everywhere. And if you see me, I am not here. Thanks much. I'm always afraid whenever I do any of these accents that an actual British person will be in the chat and tell me how terrible it is. I'm sorry. I know it's a weird mix of northern and everything else. approach Mutton Island. Is there something in the air today? A restless breeze? Approach the dock. It's probably nothing. The ship slides into dock. Time passes on Mutton Island. Has something changed on Mutton Island? A still sleepy evening. Something is different. Fewer coils of smoke rise from the chimneys. Half the windows are dark, even at this early hour. What's going on? Explore the town. Where is everyone? Leave immediately. No. No. Well, we're definitely exploring the town. My. Cold hearth. You peer through a black window. You see a table laid with silver cutlery and ashes white in the hearth. The rug is crumpled untidily. A solitary boot lies on it. Singing rises from the Cock and Magpie. Raucous, rustic voices accompanied by a jangling piano. The Man in the Well is a popular ditty in these parts, but you've rarely heard it performed with such gusto. Gone ashore. I'm definitely going to the Cock and Magpie. The windows are fierce with candles. The singing within is merry if off-key. A well feast. As you enter, the singing stops. The locals, crammed into the croaked tap room, turn to look at you. A table creaks beneath a lavish spread. Bowls of plump ivory beans and peas as big as bullets, golden potatoes, crunchy with fat, a vast roasting dish in which a human carcass, trussed neatly with twine, sizzles on its juices. A custodial chef carves it like a Sunday roast. Ah, he says, lifting his knife. Regrettable timing. Capture them, brothers and sisters. We'll string them in the well in anticipation of less fortunate times. I have stumbled across an appalling feast. Oh, shit. 25% chance, 24% chance. Well, we're going to fight our way free, maybe. Let's try. Okay. Hostile territory. It's bloody, dragging battle back to your ship. The locals know their village well. They spring from hedgerows. They lurk with nets and narrow alleys. They drop from low, thatched roofs onto straggling sailors. It is a depleted crew that makes its way back to your ship and sets a frantic course into the dark. Less than an hour out, your lookout spies an Admiralty frigate marked for Quaker's Haven, even. Perhaps you weren't the first to escape the island. +3 crew. The frigate is blocking the jetty, preventing you from landing. Mutton Island is under quarantine, a wan lookout calls in a shaking voice, until such time as proper manners and appetites are restored. You'll find no welcome here. Okay. Anyway. To London. Eventually. Sometime. The Neath, the cavern that holds the Untersee, is prowled by dreams. There's a story that it was once the skull of a dead god. Perhaps that would explain it. Well, I'm going to listen to my dreams. What will I learn? Flight. 5 sailors dice for the corpse of a Zeebat. It is ill luck for a sailor to kill a Zeebat. One wins it, but in his hand it becomes a freshly cut surface flower. His fellows cry out in envy and greed. They fall on him, and there comes a great rendering of white petals. More petals fall, obscuring the mast, the ship, the Neath, all stars of the roof. It is very cold. You will have to set a fire. Oh, how did I get down here? Turn around. Wait. Yep, turn around. Wrong way. Whee! Okay. Almost home. actually gone through and haven't yet, have I? Oh, really? We made it! A breath of relief. As soon as the gangplank touches the quayside, the terrors of the deep sea lighten. Walk taller, smile more readily. But what dreams may cling? Terror reduced to 50. Collecting messages from the harbor master. Some would say Z captains must be free to love who they will. It's a lonely life, but it seems your sweetheart disagrees. Convinced the likely last to stay with you, she has harsh things to say about both you and your favorite officer. How did she find out? I am a spy, she points out. Or I can end things with your sweetheart. You can have no future with your officer, but you're better off alone. You will also lose any child of the Union that you might have. I can't lose the child. Let's try it. The bitter end. My kid's gone. I deserve better than this. Stay at sea forever. For all I care, you'll never see us again. Either of us. Her face is calm as marble. You can't reach her now. Well. Oh well. I hear you bring happy tidings, Captain. Which makes me all that much more glad to welcome you back to London after your certainly perilous voyage. Now to our business. Relay the drowning's message. The bruiser listens and peels another orange. Do I have 10 spaces in... I can't... What? Can't check if I have 10 spaces in my cargo. Okay. Well. Our once colleague is mistaken on several points, most notably that he is beyond consequence. I may not be an intellectual man, but I am occasionally imaginative. Regardless, I am not one to hurt the messenger. These here crates are considerations for your services thus far. Unfortunately, our labours are incomplete. We must resort to a secondary scheme. I have heard of a once great poet who knows much about things which are presumed gone. He has fled himself to Khan's shadow in the east. Find him. I have included a little something among your payment to sate his appetites and pave your way. The once great poet dwells at Khan's shadow. I've got a little bit of money. A firkin of prisoner's honey. 5 more fuel and 2 new supplies. Fun. Submit vital intelligence. Enthusiastic nods. I'm glad you brought this to me. I have a colleague of sorts, a diplomat, so-called. I will tell you because I trust you. This diplomat will pay better, but I will put the information to better use. Leans forwards. There are powers in this world I cannot speak of. There are affairs of the Navy I am not proud of. Give me more information like this, and we can set matters right. 350, Echo. But wait. The diplomat's lair is near Mansion's Pyre. In a second-floor office above a gymnasium for pugilistic ladies and gentlemen, your conversation is punctuated by distant shouts and blows. The diplomat smiles fondly at the sounds. I can pick up an agent. I have a friend. Diplomat says casually, who would be grateful for passage somewhere else, the Khanate, for instance, or Port Carnelian. An agent will allow you to establish an intelligence network and sometimes grow it later. Well, if I had known that you existed, I would have provided you with a vital intelligence because I need money. Prisoner's honey is like a drug, I think. Ask about the diplomat's role. Ask about the dark speckled admiral. A carefully neutral expression. Well, no. The admiral is a man of principle, very straightforward, very traditional in his views. I think it's rather courageous of him to expect the Navy to operate without outside assistance. He has excellent taste in both chamber music and wine. I hope that makes my feelings clear. Does it? Ask about her role. A catly grin. The kind of diplomacy that doesn't get written down. I'm attached to the Admiralty, not the Foreign Office. London is not what she was, but she still has interests abroad. I look after them as best I can. I do hope you're patriotic enough to not ask for too many details. Okay. Well, I'm going to pick up an agent because why not? Amazing. And I still have enough favors. To, well, I've still got reports to turn in, actually. But to get my ship repaired. Port Cecil. The principles of Coral. I have no idea when anyone thought that settlement was a good idea. Okay. I can try. Nope. Never. Candidly, I'm not sure why you saw fit to trouble us with this nonsense. Is there anything else? No, there's not. Fuck you too. Pigmote Island. I'm not certain I heard you correctly. Yes, the Rat Island. Are you certain this is a report you wish to make? So be it. Well, it is. Anyway. Isle of Cats. Yes. Rose Gardens. Visage. Forty Echo. Still Admiralty's favor. Fathom King's Hold. One more favor. 30 gold. Quaker's Haven. Oh god. Well, shit. I don't want to toss any of this. What's happening? Okay. I guess I could have gotten rid of one of the fuel. That was silly. Any more reports? No. No. Okay. Read the morning papers. My god. Oh, shit. I can do things, I swear. Done. No, thank you. I need my money for other things. Thanks. Right. Alright. 2 vendor. Oh, wait. I need to. Oh, I do need to hire on more crew. Okay. And then I need to put my repair in for dog. I've still got Admiralty favors and we're saving money right now. Okay. And then new recruit. A navigator. What is it that I need? A cook. I'm sorry, I don't need you, navigator. Not right now. Fine. Vinderbright. Oops. Okay. Playing the nightmare. Succeeded. Okay. Okay, they want to go to work nearly. But for now, we're going to Vinderbright because I finally have 10 casks of wine. In fact, I'm going to definitely check that I have 10 casks of wine. I do. An absurd amount of fuel to have. Really. God. Oh, I can fight this one. You missed. Newton's Scuttlehare. Bolt of fabric. One bolt of spider silk. Provide what I have promised. Can provide the wine. Your former passenger waits on dock. They brought friends, thirsty friends. I'm definitely joining this celebration, my word. Hydas, you are somewhere dark. Something happened. There are moths. What are all these things? What are all these things? I have a lot of things. Outlandish artifacts. Man, I'm getting a lot of stuff that I really need a, freaking... Oh, I can take that to the funging station. Sorry, that was a little overexcited. And I lost a crew. That's fine. But I'm finding a lot of things that I need to make into heirlooms. And I don't have enough money to make a will. Let's see. Okay, I need port report. Who's plotting what out in the tomb colonies? Along the coast of the Untersee, it's remarkably hard to die. The decrepit and nearly dead who leave London become tomb colonists and settle here in bandaged peace. But they don't give up their ties to home or their politics. We gather a haul of complex clues, enough to keep our contacts in London interested. Should explore Vinderbride here. They favor candlelight over gaslight. The shadows are swagged like cobwebs. The tomb colonists stand still enough to be mistaken for sculpture, till they laugh or cough. One building in 3 seems abandoned. The corkscrewed street. I can speak words. The twisty tip of an odd little side street welcoming yellow light glows from the gilt-lettered windows of a restaurant. A sign reads, Vengeance of Jonah. A beefy tomb colonist bustles up. A grey mustache pokes impertinently out from under his bandages. Come in! Come in! It's a cramped little place, but much better lit than most places in the tomb colonies. The scents of the dishes are multitudinous and extraordinary. Are they good? They might be. They might be good. It's difficult to tell. Yeah, I really like the background music on this. It's very soothing. I can recruit the bandaged poisoner. I do need a cook! No, thank you. Alright. But how? Oh! 3. Nope. Sorry, man. Sorry. Okay, I don't need any of these things. I'm sorry. First curator. I don't have any of these things. Okay. Been here before. Is there anything else? No. Okay, so I have something for the funging station, and I need to go to Port Carnelian. So funging station first, and then Port Carnelian. I was thinking about ending, but I'm curious now. I'm gonna need more food at some. Maybe Maybe I should stop back at London and buy some more food. Maybe heal my hull. The thing is about buying food elsewhere is it's even more expensive than it is in London. Which really shouldn't be there at all. I want to look at the prices of ships are now that I have like an amount of money. But I should probably use that on lodgings first. Yes, thank you. Yes. Yes, thanks. Okay. 40. Okay, shops first. Supplies. Buy them all. Eight's good. Okay, shipyard. Yeah, see, I still quite a bit more money for a better ship. Right. Onward. No, I almost dodged it. I'm gonna get caught by that ship though if I... Oh shit. Ow! Okay. What the fuck? You look at me. Totally gonna die. I knew I should have ended when I said I was thinking about ending. I knew better. It was cool with the light. Deliver a long box. Woo! Make a delivery. Up a twisting staircase. There's a great deal of grumbling from the crew. The stairs are sharp-edged and wet. The box is heavy and its contents inclined to shift. After a few slips and a bad bruise to the shin, you resort to placing crew members along the stairs and handing the box along. There's a warehouse at the top of the stairs, but it is not, apparently, your destination. Another sign points along the narrow path towards the building with a spire. Deliveries, it says, more aggressively this time. Someone in the spired building is singing. The song sets your teeth on edge. You have a long, heavy box, a winding path ahead that runs perhaps a quarter of a mile through the mist, a crew that is beginning to mutter about having to do landlubber work. There's a warehouse just to your right, but the sign says deliveries are to be taken onward. It says it rather emphatically, as a matter of fact. Send ahead to the building for extra hands. If they want the boxes delivered, they can do it themselves. Break into the warehouse and leave the box there. Or carry it. 74% chance? Let's try it. The lock is made of a thick, heavy metal and bitter cold to the touch. For some time you think you might fail if the mechanism is actually frozen solid, but just when you think you're about to pick it, or your pick is about to snap, the lock gives way. Not that it does you any good. The warehouse is so full already that when you open the door, a box falls out, glass shattering within. Pale silver liquid leaks around your feet and runs in rivulets over the stones of the path. A moment later it sets up, hard, as cold as frost. Soothe and Cooper Exports, says the stenciling on the boxes. Speed up to the steepled building after all. You send one of your crew to the steepled building to ask for help. By the time they get back, you shifted the boxes well away from the warehouse. You're also assumed a very credible look of irritation at the inconvenience of the port arrangements. No question of you being in the wrong, surely. Not much later, you're standing in the mist watching a parade of claymen. They hoist the boxes on their shoulders and march away, surprisingly quiet, towards the building with the steeple. An austere acolyte leads them, her lamp swinging on a chain. Follow because you haven't been paid yet. These folks seem disorganized. Who's to say they'll remember to bring you payment? Follow because you're curious. Shipment would appear to be something other than provisions in the ordinary sense, or follow because the singing has got into your bones. The austere acolyte sings all the time when she's not speaking. The words of the song bother and fascinate and compel, fever dreams. You walk close enough to the acolyte to hear the next verse. It concerns the smell of hot brick, the chime of ashes falling on the grave, and the pleasure of braiding pokers together on a winter's night when there is nothing else to do. At least, you think that's what it means. When you go back over the words in your head, you're not sure that they even make that much sense. The austere acolyte directs the arrangement of the long box in the room under the steeple. There are many other boxes already there, stacked in rows, 3 or 4 times as many as you have brought. In another corner of the room is a pile of wood from previous boxes already emptied and dismantled. Singing to herself about a mountain upholstered in velvet, she takes a crowbar to the box. The corpse inside is permanently dead, in a way that the dead of London often are not. Not a drowny, not a tomb colonist, but not coming back either. It looks pale and ordinary, except for the slight distension of the skin over the breastbone. Gently, the acolyte presses there and nods, singing about tulips embroidered with a yellow floss. She lifts the body onto a marble slab. Without pause in her lyrics, she prepares a scalpel. Your presence does not seem to bother her. I'm just gonna watch. The austere acolyte extracts, deftly and with very little blood, a heart-sized sphere of silver-gray metal. With a giant